Hey guys, so please excuse me for any banging, crashing sounds you may hear. Apparently my neighbor's kids have decided that during a rainstorm, like thunder and lightning about to happen level rainstorm, it's a good time to go outside and play basketball in their driveway, right outside my filming room. I do not know, I just know I will be happy as can be when those kids go back to school. Now, don't get me wrong, I love kids. I have 3 of my own who I love dearly and they're home all day with me. My issue is when kids are making noise at inappropriate times. Playing basketball during a rainstorm seems like an inappropriate time to me. I don't know. Anyway, I'm filming. It makes it an inappropriate time. But anyway, today I am so super duper duper excited to show you what I got my hands on. I know it's been for a month or so already, but I finally got my hands on the Lorac Pro Palette 2. Yes, I never got the first one. I looked at the first one and I looked at the chocolate bar palette and I went, And I decided on the chocolate bar palette because I was more familiar with Too Faced than I was with Lorac, and the colors look very similar, so I decided to get the chocolate bar palette. Now, when they came out with the Pro Palette 2, I looked at it and I noticed, even though they say it's an all cool toned palette, a lot of it is still warm, but it's cooler warms, if that makes sense. They're not as red and brown based, if that makes sense, but there's still a lot of warm shades in it. But anyway, I looked at some of the deeper colors and some of the highlight shades. I looked at the whole palette and I said, I have to have this palette. I got my hands on it and I want to show it to you guys. So first of all, this is what the packaging it comes in looks like. I always like showing you guys the packaging in case you are looking for it at your Ulta or wherever you're getting it from and can't find it. I'm pretty sure that Sephora does not sell Lorac anymore. I'm pretty sure you can only get it at their website or on Ulta, or at Ulta. Bye. Okay. But yeah, this is what the packaging looks like. Just your basic standard package. And with it, you get the behind the scenes eye primer. This is a deluxe sample. It's pretty big. And I really do like this eye primer so far. I can't tell whether it's better than my Urban Decay primer or not. I think it would be about on the same level. I notice this is not as thick, but it still keeps my eyeshadow from creasing, which is awesome. So, onto the palette. I'm going to show you guys swatches on the side, either side. I'm not sure which one yet. Here, we'll make it easy. I'll come over here and I'll show swatches on this side. So, I'm also going to show you swatches on my hand as well, because I know some of you, it's good to see a photo and it's also good to see how it swatches at the same time. And I really want to help you guys make an informed decision. So here is the palette. It is this gorgeous matte gray with a silvery indentation embossing for the, I don't know my right from my left today apparently, for the lettering. It's very, very smooth, very soft. It's very thin. Oh my goodness, you guys, look how thin this thing is. I'm like losing my flipping mind. Here, for comparison, that's my iPhone. I have a 4S. So yeah, that is a very, very, very thin palette. Thank you, Lorac, for making your palettes thin. Seriously, Too Faced, Urban Decay, you guys need to do this. Much, much, much better than all that extra packaging. Don't get me wrong, I love the glitz and the fluff and the heavy plastic packaging. I really do like it, but my problem with it is storage. So, anyway, going off on a tangent. When you open it up, here it is. Here's the mirror. Trying not to blend you guys, but here's the mirror. that's what the mirror looks like. So I'm going to fold that portion back, which is one thing I love. I can fold it completely. I can have it upright, which it doesn't stay, obviously. So if you use the palette mirrors, that might be a downside, but you can fold it completely back, which is awesome. Just has a loose protector over the eyeshadows. And here are all the eyeshadows. I love them. You can see the top row is entirely matte, and the bottom row is all shimmers, but they're not like glittery or metallic-y shimmers. They're just a very like glowy type shimmer. It's hard to describe, but it's not going to look like you're painting metallics under your lid, and it's not going to be like chunks of glitter. I have massive eye allergy issues, and I've had no glitter chunks go in my eye, which is amazing. I have some palettes from other companies that I rarely use because I'll be like, oh, that looks like a nice shimmer. Dip into it, and I'm getting huge flakes of glitter. Not with this. These are all beautiful. They're incredibly soft and incredibly pigmented. And I'm talking soft, soft. Like, this reminds me very much of a pressed pigment palette because they're very soft, very creamy. They apply beautifully, and I've had no fallout. Huge flippin' fan of this. Just putting it out there. I love this palette. I also love that they put all the names underneath, written the colors. Yeah, amazing. For some reason, if I'm not making sense to you guys, please forgive me. For some reason, unless I get at least 4 or 5 cups of coffee in me, I can't speak English properly anymore. I don't know why. I think it's because I'm like going around in circles busy. But yeah, so I'm sorry. Hopefully the word switching I've been doing isn't confusing you guys too much. So one thing I love with this is not only does this work as you have your mattes and your shimmers, but a lot of these you can use as duos that will go together well. You can also use them together, if you look at them, as quads that will go together well. So keep that in mind. All the colors I've noticed, even this way, tend to go very, very, very well together, which is awesome. They go on your lid nearly identical to how they look in the package. That's one thing I love about high-end shadows and why I tend to buy them instead of drugstore shadows. High-end shadows are going on your lid the way they look in the palette. And these are awesome. So I'm going to start swatching these for you guys. At the same time I'm showing you guys the live swatches, I'm going to have the photo swatches with the photo of the product in the packaging and the swatch there. So in the package and the swatch. So you guys can pretty much see it all. I'm going to go in order. I'm going to do all of the mattes on top and then all of the shimmers, make it easy for you guys. So first I'm going to show you guys Buff, which is the matte. Buff is a creamy, slightly yellowy neutral tone. Here is Buff, right here. You can barely see it on my hand, so hopefully you can really see it over here. Light brown is just a gorgeous camel tone, a deeper camel tone though. I love this for in the crease, it's really pretty. I'm going to Cool Gray next. There's Cool Gray. And here is Nectar, which is one of my very, very, very favorite shades. This is Nectar. This is just a beautiful, beautiful shade. I love it. I have it in my crease right now. And it's just stunning. Let me wipe off my fingers here. Up next is Plum, which is just this gorgeous, deep, plummy, purpley shade, which is just gorgeous. And when I'm talking matte, I mean matte, like beautiful mattes. And next is navy, which is a very, very dark, true deep navy. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That's amazing. That is insanely pigmented. Just gorgeous, gorgeous shade. Just so you guys know, I am going through this video a lot faster than I normally go through my palette videos because a lot of my videos have been very, very long, like up to and above 20 minutes, and I know for some of you that's a time constraint. You don't have 20 minutes to sit down and watch a video, so I'm trying to make this quicker for you guys. And if you want to get a better look at anything, feel free to either pause the video and check it out, or go to my website, joannabrooks.net, and I will have a post up on there with close-up photos of all the swatches. So if you want to check it out on there as well, you can. And hopefully that helps you guys get a better look at the shadows as well. So moving on, next I'm going to show you guys charcoal. This is just the deep, almost like just a perfect true gray shade. That is just beautiful. Again, I'm still in the mattes, and the last matte shade is black. Now this is not a super, super dark black, but this is a very creamy charcoal black that's going to blend beautifully for smoky eyes. All right, next I'm moving down to the shimmer shades, which I am in love with. Okay, I'm going to be grabbing Snow first, which is the nice bright white. Look at that. A white that you can actually see on my skin tone is really well pigmented. I'm going to tell you that right now. And it's just beautiful. It's shimmery, but it's not glittery. This is like a high-end highlight. It's just beautiful. So, so, so pretty. Next up is one of my favorite colors for my brow bone, and this is beige. This shade right here. You may have trouble seeing it on my skin tone because it almost matches exactly. So I'll have, again, the swatches over to that side. But there's beige. Next is rosé. Rosé. Same thing. This is one of my favorite lid shades. This is a gorgeous peachy toned rose gold, and I'm in love with it. That's actually the color I have on my lids right now, and it is just amazing. Here's rosé. Yeah, it's just beautiful, beautiful color. Next, I'm moving down to mocha, which is what I have in my outer corner right now. It's very much like rosé, except it has more of a brown base to it, and it's deeper. There's mocha. Next is chrome, which is very much like the gray shade charcoal, except it's a shimmery version of it. And it has a very, very slight plummy undertone to it, but hardly noticeable. That's chrome. And here's silver, which is a very nice opaque silver tone. It's right here. Going to wipe my hand off again for the last round of swatches. It's a lot easier for me to make sure you guys are seeing the swatches somewhat in focus if I do them on my hand rather than on my arm. These last two colors remind me a lot of military colors because green and brown, of course my brain automatically goes military. Jade is just this deep, deep green. It's one of those colors that if it was matte wouldn't look that good, but in shimmer it's gorgeous. It's a very deep olivey green shade. And then up last we have Cocoa. Cocoa is this deep, rich chocolate brown shade. It's right here, and it's beautiful. It's shimmery and it reflects the light. It blends amazing, and it has that very fall tone to it. So that is, again, one of the colors I will probably be showing you guys how to use in some upcoming looks once we get towards the end of August, early September. So those are all the colors in the palette. Now I will have the first of many tutorials for you guys using this palette up tomorrow. For just a quick rundown, these shadows are creamy, smooth, blendable, little to no fallout, just insanely pigmented. Gorgeous colors, they all go together. These would look amazing whether you have green, brown, or blue eyes. I think this is one of those neutral palettes that you need in your collection. If you do not own a neutral palette, go out and get this one. I'm serious. It's $42 and you get the primer with it. That's an amazing deal. It really is. Once you break down the individual costs of the shadows, it's awesome. And I, for one, will use every single shade in here. And I think a lot of you guys will too. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This gets an A+ in my book. I love it. I hope this review was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, comments, or just want to say hi, go ahead and do so in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, I would love it if you'd subscribe to my channel. You can also keep up with me on JoannaBrooks.net and on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. All the links for those are down below. I'm pretty much everywhere. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!